Hi, welcome to my channel. I'm Terry, and this is the Yarnjoy podcast, episode number 18. Today I have some finished objects, I have some works in progress, I have a couple of purchases that I made, and a few shout outs. So let's get started. Okay, so last week I showed you that I was making a hamburger bag. I guess I've been on a hamburger kick lately. So I did finish it. It was really cute and easy to make. It was a quick project. The pattern is by Kristen Stevenson, and there's a link to it on Ravelry. Okay, so here's my hamburger. I did make it a little bit bigger in diameter by just doing, I think, about maybe 2 more increases before I started going up, just to make it just a little bit larger. And I think that's the only thing I did differently in the pattern. So it's quite roomy inside. I think it turned out really super cute. And then I got these beads right here. They were, I got them at Joannes, and they were on like a string, and so there's some, I have some more of them, and there's like some black beads that were in between them, but what they are, these little colorful threads. I don't know if I can get it to focus on it, but it's these colorful threads that are wrapped around this bead. So I put those on either end, and I have plenty left to use for zipper pulls, for any more bags that I make or anything, but I think they're very colorful. I really like them. I got them at Joannes. They had a lot of things on clearance on sale, and that's where I got the beads. Okay, and so, and then the yarn I used was just Red Heart Super Saver, just some scraps that I have. Okay, so that was my first finished object. My second finished object is, as you know, the past several weeks I've been telling you about a hat drive, I guess you'd say, for area hospital here for their NICU unit for the children that are in there, or the babies that are in there for during Halloween. And so I made another contribution to that, and it is a Minion Hat. And I used more scrap yarn. I believe it was Red Heart, and I think he turned out really cute. The pattern is from LakeviewCottageKids.com. If you go over to their website, they have quite a few really cute baby items. So check her website out. I thought about doing the 2 eyes, but I don't know if I used a different type of yarn or a different hook, I don't know, but my eyes turned out quite large, and so 1 was plenty on there. If I would have put 2 on there, I wouldn't have had any room to put the mouth. So anyway, I think it turned out cute. So there's that. And my third finished object is a amigurumi that I made that I just thought was so super cute. It's another website that I recently found. It was a link from Ravelry, and it is a little turkey. Isn't he cute? I thought he turned out so cute, and he was really fast, and I just used scrap yarn. I alternated the colors. You can see here on his tail feathers. That's a red, the gold, yes, and then orange, gold, and red. And so I stitched him up really quickly. I think he turned out super cute. Then the website is hooksandhabits.wordpress.com. hooksandhabits.wordpress.com. And she has really got some cute little patterns on there, and they're all free patterns. The link was on Ravelry, but she has a couple more patterns that I really would like to do in the future for during Christmas time. So I'll probably be doing more of those. So there's my little turkey. Okay, and then my only other finished objects are the 365 Days of Granny Square project that my Facebook, not my Facebook group, but a group that I belong to in Facebook called Stitch Your Library. We're kind of doing challenging each other, I guess, or not really challenging, but we're all just working on them on our own pace. We're not necessarily doing one square every day, but anyway, last week I showed you that I had done squares 1 through 7, and so this week I have done squares 8 through 12. So here's number 8. And this is all using Caron Simply Soft yarn. I really like the way it has a shine to it. I think it just really sets off the squares really well. That was number 9. Here's number 10 right here. And I just picked out 7 skeins of Caron Simply Soft that I had. Well, actually 6, because as you see, there's orange in these squares, and that orange is the orange that I have told you that I have lots of skeins of, and so I'm just, any opportunity to throw that orange in there to use some of it, I will do it. But the rest of it is Caron Simply Soft. So that was number 12. So I got 8 through 12. And those are my finished objects / works in progress. So that kind of transitions me into my works in progress. So for my works in progress, I did start working with the first 7 squares that I did, and I wanted to figure out how I was going to link all these together to make blankets. And so Danny S, hi Danny, from here on YouTube, she's also in this Stitch Your Library group, Facebook group, and she said that she was going to put black around each of hers. And I don't normally like to use black because if anybody has used it, you know how it is. It's very hard to see. Seems like you just have to feel for the stitches. But since the Caron Simply Soft has such a shine to it, I just thought that the black, and the shades of colors that I picked out are pretty bright, so I went ahead and thought, okay, well, I'm going to use the black. So here it is linked together, first 3 anyway, with the black, and I think it's really going to set off the colors really well. I don't really think, of all the blankets that I've done, I don't really think I've ever done one where black was the main color, not main color, but you know, the color that ties them all together. And I did this with my now favorite join as you go method, is putting the squares together. It's I think it is a really good method to learn. I believe it's just called a flat braid joining method, I think. But as you can see, I don't know if you can tell, but square number 1 and square number 2 actually ended up with a few more of stitches, and so when I was putting them together, I just kind of gathered up here a few of the places to where they would even out and be the same size. And it's very versatile to be able to do that, and you can kind of fudge it a little bit where if the stitch count on the sides, if they're not exactly the same, you can fix them by when you're doing the join to get them to match better lengthwise, I guess you'd say. So anyway, so that's what I'm going to be doing. I'm going to be edging them in the black and joining them. So I've started those. I believe, and the reason also I wanted to go ahead and join a few of them is to see how wide they would be, to figure out how many squares across and down I want to do for probably a lap blanket. And so I believe what I'm going to do is I'm going to do 7 across, and especially once I get those 7 across joined, and then I'll be able to see how wide they are. And but I think that may be a really good size, so it may be 7 across and then so many down, I don't know. Okay, so that is my 365-day granny square project. So I've done 1 through 12. And I'll tell you, these squares are really addictive to put together. I haven't told you where to find them. They are on YouTube. There's a tutorial for each one, and it is put out by Yarn Utopia. That's Nadia, I believe. And I will put links, of course, in the bottom, in the description box below, so that way you can find all these great patterns and any ones that you want to try out for yourself. So let's see. So that's my first work in progress. And then last week I told you that I was doing the Down on the Farm play mat, and it's a free pattern by Lion Brand. And I was working on that. I think last week I only had the top part. I'm working on the mat part, and this top part right here is, of course, supposed to be the sky. And I believe there's going to be a sun or something there that I'll stitch on. Anyway, I'm working on the green part, and I believe I have about maybe 6 or 8 more rows, I think, and then I'll start decreasing like this end. And so I guess it's not exactly round, it'd be more oval shaped. But anyway, that's what I've done here. I had to go to Joannes because I had run out of the green, and so I had to go to Joannes and get some more of the green. And so the green is, I have it right here. It is Red Heart Super Saver right here. That was a hook I dropped. And the color is Tea Leaf. I really like this color. It's a nice medium green. So there you go. And these are half double crochets that I'm doing. So I have a little bit more to go before I start decreasing. And I'm doing this project with an H hook. Okay, and let's see. Oh, and my 365 squares, those are also done with an H hook. Okay, let's see. The next works in progress. Oh, okay, so last year, I know last week, I told you that last year I had a few surgeries that I had to do. Well, I had to have just a follow-up checkup scan this past week, and thankfully everything was all clear, and so that was good. I got a good report on all my tests and scans, so I'm glad for that. But I had called, had a question for my nurse that helped me all during between my different surgeries that I had, and she's the nurse that was kind of my contact person that I went for my checkups as I was going through the healing process. And she just did so much for me that I called her, and I had to ask her a question before I had one of these scans done. And after I called her, I just decided that I really wanted to make her a blanket. I wanted to do something for her. I don't know if it'll be for Christmas or for whenever I get it done. If I get it done, I'm sure I get it done before Christmas. But I really want to do this. I just felt led to make her something because she helped me so much last year. And so I'm working on a blanket that I've made before, and it is a Mary Maxim's pattern, or Mary Maxime, I'm not sure how you pronounce it, but it is a kit that I actually bought, and the name of the blanket is Annie's Lace Throw, and it was a kit that came with Karen's Simply Soft yarn and the pattern all together, and I've actually made this 4 times. I've made it 2 different times, well no, 3 times. This is my 4th. I made it 2 different times for wedding gifts, and I also made it for a church auction that we had that I donated to for our youth program. And so it's such an enjoyable pattern for me. I really like it, and the final product when it comes out, it just looks very, very nice and kind of almost heirloom quality, I think. And so I think it's just extra special pattern. And so here's the pattern. Let's see if I can get it up close enough so you can see the detail on the pattern. I actually made this. I have a picture of the one one of the ones that I made. I think this one I made it in what they call a bone color. It's very natural color, neutral. And that's the one that I made for the auction that I had donated it to. And so I just really like this pattern. It's fun to make, and it works up fairly quick, and I just really like it. So I'm going to do it again. Now I pinned it out on this board. See, the very middle part is like actually it's not a square, it's more like an octagon, I guess you'd say. And I pinned it out on this board so you could see the design of it. So I'm finished with going in the round, and now I will add some points at either corner, which will make turn it into a square, and then it will eventually be a rectangle. But here's the pattern. I mean, here's what I've done so far. And the color that I picked was actually the color that was that shows in this picture. And the color is called Berry Blue, and it is a Karen Simply Soft color, a yarn. And I really like making it. I'm using a J hook, which is a 6mm, and I think it's gonna turn out really nice. I hope she likes it. I didn't know what color she liked, but hopefully this will be the one that she likes. And so I've been working on that. And let's see what else. I still have my octagon baby blanket that I was showing you. I showed it to you last week. I didn't do any work on it at all this week. I was working on mainly that blanket and the play mat, and then the small objects that I made for you, and not for you, to show you, and to and the squares. So I didn't work on the baby blanket. I'll probably get a few more inches done on it, because it's not pressing. I mean, it's not for anyone in particular right now. It was just to use up some baby yarn that I had, and so there's not like a deadline to finish it. But anyway, that's all my works in progress that I worked on this week. Now, also, I had to go to Joannes because I had to get the green yarn to continue to work on this play mat, and so I did make a few purchases. They had their Fat Quarter Fabrics, which is it's a quarter of a yard, but a little bit extra, I guess you'd say. And they had them on sale for 99 cents, and so I picked out 3 that I thought were extra cute. This one is little mushrooms on a green background, and the little mushrooms have little polka dots on them and stripes on the little stems. I thought that was super cute for like a bag. And I bought this. I thought since there was polka dots on the mushrooms, that this might be a cute piece of fabric for the lining. It is orange and yellow and kind of a peach on a white background polka dots. I thought that might be cute for a lining for those together, possibly. See? And the other thing I found was this one. Couldn't resist this one either. This one is some foxes. I thought was a cute piece of material. So anyway, that was the material that I found, that I bought. And they also had the Premier Yarns sweet rolls. And I know that people have been using these a lot, these variegated colors, or gradient. It's a gradient? Well, whatever. It goes into stripes, you know. And they had them on sale for $3.99 each. And I believe they may be regular $4.99 maybe, so they might have been like $1 off. Anyway, I bought 2 of 2 different colors. This one is the birthday cake pop, I think. Yes, birthday cake pop. Pinks and purple, pink, purple, and cream, looks like. So I bought 2 of those. They're 5 ounces each, and the idea is for baby blankets for these 2. And I just bought 2 because I thought, well, that's 10 ounces. I think that would make a pretty good sized blanket, or like a crib size or something, possibly. And then I also bought, so that would be like for a girl. And then I bought 2 of these, and this is called Spearmint Pop, and it's blues and greens and cream, blue, green, cream. So I bought 2 of those, and the patterns that I've been eyeing that I thought maybe would be good to use for these kind of yarns. For a little boy, there's a pattern on Ravelry. It's a dragonfly quilt or dragonfly stripe blanket, I think, and I thought that those would look super cute in that color for a boy. And then there's a square that Lottie and Albert, I believe that's the name of her YouTube channel. She did a square with a gradient yarn, and it was a butterfly square, and she told us what the square, where she got the pattern for the square, and she just enlarged it into a blanket. And I thought that would be a really cute colors combination for that butterfly blanket. And so I think that's what I may use these for. So that will be upcoming, that you will see in future videos. And the only other purchase, I believe, let me see here. Yeah, the only other purchase is I went over to Dollar Tree the other day, and I was looking for a couple of items, and one thing I bought was this set of headbands, and there's 6 of them, pink, blue, there's a white sparkle, dark pink, a purple sparkle, and a black, and it was for $1. And so I found a couple of projects that I want to make where you crochet on some headbands, and this will be for a little girl. And so I have an idea for these, so this will be upcoming also, so you can watch for that. Okay, so let's see. That's all my works in progress and my finished objects for the week. And those were my purchases. And let's see what else. Oh, and then I do have some shout outs. There's a couple of YouTube channels. They're not new, but they're new to me. And I've recently subscribed to them, and I've been watching their channels. And the first one is called Creative Grandma. And she does a lot of video crochet tutorials on squares and blankets and things like that she's designed. She's a crochet designer. She also has tutorials called Stitch of the Week, where she shows you new techniques for crocheting. And I've really been enjoying looking through her channel and looking at different of her videos. She also has a lot of giveaways that you can enter, which is always fun. So I've got in there and entered a few of those, and so check her channel out. She's doing a really good job. And another shout out, I want to talk about a channel that I recently subscribed to, and that is Lucy Coates. Hi Lucy, if you're watching. She makes a lot of crochet amigurumis, like the turkey that I made, and other items. I mean, she has recently been making the Cuddle Me little characters, and I believe the pattern is from like Amigurumi Today or something like that, possibly. But they're super cute, and she's been making several of those in the series. Her videos are real fun to watch, so check her channel out if you don't watch her already. And another shout out that I was wanting to, I've given her a shout out before, but Kim of Blue Cherub 82. Hi Kim. I've been enjoying your daily vlogs that you've been doing for the month of September. I want to do a special shout out to your sons Tobin and Jack. Hi guys. I enjoy all the crafting projects that you've been doing with your mom. That's just awesome. Y'all do such a good job with all your projects, and I'm very glad that you're enjoying seeing my projects, my burger that I made and my Mario blanket that I had recently in the video. Keep watching, because I have another burger coming up, so y'all can watch and see what I did with what I do or make with this next one. So I just wanted to say hi guys, and I'm so glad you're doing good in school, and so I hope you keep watching my channel. Okay, so that's all my shout outs, and that's all my projects that I've done this week. We've been getting rain here lately, which is wonderful because there had been a stretch that we had not gotten any rain. Now I know that Texas was hit by a hurricane recently, but it wasn't in this area, and so we've been enjoying the rain that we've been getting just here recently. And that's it, just going to appointments and doing school and working on my projects. That's about all that's been happening here lately. I want to congratulate Karen Hales from Kazalistic. She has just reached her 1,000 subscribers, so woohoo, Karen, that's great. Good job for you. Please subscribe, keep watching my videos and subscribe if you haven't already. And my channel is growing at a pretty good rate, and I'm enjoying so much making these videos and showing you all the projects and things that I make. It's so fun to be able to share what I do with people that also crochet and do things with yarn, and we can have you have like interests that are the same, and it's just so fun to relate to people that understand how much I love doing this craft. So I guess that's all for this week. So I hope everybody has a great week this upcoming week, and please come back next week and see what other little projects I add along with my works in progress and see what I get finished. So we'll talk to you later, and we'll see you next week. Bye.